Yo, what up guys? Wally here. I just had a breakthrough lesson the other day at Golf Tech. I've been stuck on my takeaway for over a year, and I've been struggling with an inside takeaway and rolling the face open on the takeaway, and naturally you have to close the face back up coming through impact. And it's just boggled my mind. I've had numerous lessons and it's constantly been an issue. Well, I've finally figured it out. I have a very distinct feeling going on, and I can pull the club back every single time on plane. The club face is remaining square throughout the swing, and if I just focus on that, it changes everything. Yesterday I was at Golf Tech and I was strapped into the vest and the waistband, reading all my numbers, you know, shoulder rotation, shoulder tilt, hip rotation, all that stuff. And basically I wanted to share with you guys what I was doing and what I have to do now to correct this. Because I'm just boggled that I've watched so many videos and like nobody could get through to me and explain it in a way that made it work for me. So I guess my goal for making this video is I'm going to share with you what's going on in my head and how it finally clicked for me, and hopefully you guys can take something from it. And if you guys suffer from the same problem with the inside takeaway, then I really think this could help. So first I'll demonstrate what's incorrect and what I've been doing for the past, my whole life, honestly. And it's a very, very common problem. I've seen it all over the place. So what people do is on the takeaway, they roll. You'll notice if you were to look at my hands, you'll see the club face goes below my hands and on the inside. And what's happening in the front here, if you look at the front, basically this is what I'm doing. I'm opening the club face, I'm rolling it open and swinging it like this. I'm swinging my hands back this way and rolling it to the right. And what that does is that it opens up the club face a ton. It's over here and it's totally open. Now where it should be is more like this. Notice how the club face is more lined up with my spine, and you'll notice when I bring it back, the club face goes right over my hands there in the camera. And another checkpoint, I don't know if you can see it here, try to get close to this wall here, but once you get to the top, you should have the flat wrist, and the face of the club should be lined up with the angle of my left arm. You'll notice if I do it incorrectly, the face is wide open, and you'll notice it's no longer matching the angle of my left arm. So a couple things incorrect. Notice the club goes below my hands and on the inside and it rolls open. Check it at the top. You'll see that the club face is not parallel with my left arm. But if it's correct, it goes right over the hands here. And at the top, you'll have the flat wrist and you'll notice the face is lined up with my left arm. So, how do you do it? Well, there's tons of instruction out there. You can search on YouTube for inside takeaway, and a lot of people are going to tell you the exact same thing. But what I think the problem is, these people that are training you to fix this, they've never had this problem. It's been, in their brain, it's just been something they've always done correct, and they're only assuming what you need to do or what you need to feel. So basically, what I feel like when I'm doing this correctly, I feel like the exact opposite of what I was doing. So if you just stood here and rolled that open, I feel like I'm rolling my arm over. I feel like my left hand's coming over this way and everything's just kind of rolling open, and I've got the club face pointing straight up in the air. Well, if you want to do it correctly, it's gonna feel absolutely retarded. I feel like I'm rolling my hands the opposite direction. Everything's moving this way instead of this way, and I feel like I'm pointing the club. I feel like the face right here is, if I just swing this, well, now that I swing it, I know how to keep the lag, and I know how to get through here to where I can come through the ball. But when I first started doing this, what it felt like to me is that I was going to go like this, and it felt like I was just going to slam the club face down on the ground like this. I mean, it literally feels like the club face is pointing down. So how do I convey this in a way that that'll make sense to you guys? Really, what you need to focus on is you need to get out of your head. You need to realize that this change is not going to be comfortable. It's going to feel completely foreign. It's going to feel completely opposite of what you've been doing. It's going to feel like your club face is going to slam into the ground 5 feet behind the ball, directly straight down. You're going to feel like your hands are super closed. I mean, you just really need to take it to the extremes, basically. Because if you're like me, you've been ingraining this movement in your body and in your brain for years and years and years and years. And so what is normal and what is comfortable to you, it's incorrect. And so what's actually correct is going to feel totally uncomfortable. So I would just work on, let's see if I can give you some other point of view here. When I come to here, I can very comfortably let go with the right hand here, and you should see that face like that. And if I want to do what I used to do, I'd be like over here probably. So bring it back, and like I said, I feel like if I drop this thing, the toe, the face is just going into the ground right here. Really feel like this thing's cranking over this way. And obviously you don't want to go too far, but it rests really nice right there. And then the right hand, it just comes in and it sits on there. Bring that to the top. Look at that. Does that look like, looks like Dustin Johnson or something right there, right? Something that's really cool about this too, I've really struggled with hip rotation, shoulder rotation. Everything was under rotated. Coming back, my shoulder rotation was too little. At impact, my hips weren't rotated enough. My shoulders were usually open. So something really cool about this, and it's kind of just, it just happened after I fixed my takeaway. Naturally, it's kind of weird. If I come back the way I used to and I roll it under and I get to the top here, you know, I look at my wrist, I'm like, I've got a flat wrist. I must be in the correct position. But because I've rolled the club open like that, right now when I try to activate my lower body and start with the lower body and bring it up, I feel very tense. I feel like I can't really move right there. So naturally I have to kind of jump up, flip the club back. It's the only way I can get my hips out of the way. Only because of where I've got the club up here. But if I do this correctly, it looks the same to me. It's really weird. It feels a little different in my hands, but if I look at my hands here, it looks the same as if I do it incorrectly. I'm like, I don't really get the difference. But just by doing this correctly, it's amazing how much freedom I have right here. And you'll notice the club, I'm keeping the lag in the club as well. But if I roll it open, I can't do that. I've lost that ability. Everything gets really tight. So, I don't know. I'm just extremely excited about this. It feels amazing. I can just rotate through. And everything's golden. So I feel like I've just been rambling, and I honestly don't know if any of that's gonna make any sense to you guys, but that's what's going through my brain, and hopefully you can take something from that. So please put your comments down below, subscribe to my channel if you like any of this. The videos I currently have on my channel are pretty garbage. Just kind of me ranting about golf and me talking about how I'm going to make more videos and whatnot. Don't really give a crap anymore. But this video, I just really felt like I had to make it. And I really felt like I needed to share it with people just because I haven't been able to figure this out for the longest time, and now it just feels so natural to me. So let it feel weird. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like your hand is, the club face is super closed. It's going to feel really awkward, but I promise you, if you hit those few checkpoints, and everybody tells you the same things I told you, I know that. They say your club should be here, your club should be here, and you try to get into those positions, and it just feels so wrong. But I promise you, it's right. It is totally right. You're going to feel like you're going to slam your club in the ground, but if you can get it up there and then just work on and do whatever you got to do to get through the ball from that point. And that's what you want to work on. You want to put that club in the right position, make sure you're hinging in the right way, and then just do what you have to do with your body in order to hit that ball straight. Your brain will figure it out. You don't have to really think so hard about, okay, you know, the whole maintaining lag and getting the hips through and supinating the wrists and coming through, maintaining that angle, all that stuff. That's all an afterthought. All you have to focus on is this. Boom. From there, it's just cream that ball as hard as you can. No, that's a bad thought. You want to hit the ball in the right direction, and you want to stay in balance and swing within yourself. That's what you want to do. But I'm telling you, you don't really have to think about the downswing. You don't have to think about impact. You don't have to think about a lot of that stuff because it'll just come naturally if you set up that backswing. So, alright, I'm done ranting. I've already gone on for 14 minutes. So, hope you guys like this. If you have questions, leave them below. And subscribe and whatever. I'll do what I can. Peace out, guys.